welcome to another episode on our channel. We're going to be unboxing the Hulk. I wanted to get him to kind of complete the Avengers set that I have. I have a Bruce Banner figure, but I never did get the Hulk because I didn't really like the Hot Toys Hulk that came out. So I got something different, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. But as you all probably know, we've had water damage that we've been trying to, fix things here and there. We have the carpet coming in at like 7 or 8 days now, and that will be the final piece that needs to be fixed. But in the meantime, we're doing a lot of purging. So we're going through things and kind of saying, do we really need this? Do we really need that? Not anything to do with figures, of course, but other things. And had several gym bags. We stored some stuff in. We got rid of some of the stuff that we stored in those bags, and we didn't need as many gym bags. Found this lock on one of the gym bags, and I know I used that gym bag, and I couldn't remember the combination. It's only 3 numbers, and I tried every 3 numbers under the sun that I perhaps may have used, and nothing worked. So I decided to go to YouTube because I remember seeing the lockpick lawyer, who is, I guess, the guru in terms of figuring out how to open locks. And people have even sent him locks and dared him to try to open it, and he will figure it out and tell you what's wrong with the design and that sort of thing. It's very interesting. So I went looking for help on how to get this thing open, because I had no clue what the original number or the number that I chose was. And I didn't find him. I mean, I'm sure if I kept looking, I would have found him, but somebody else popped up who was talking about this particular lock. And basically what he said is you just have to put a little pressure on the part of the lock that clips in. Put a little pressure on it, pull it out, and then start with the bottom number, and with the pressure, as you keep turning, you'll feel that one number feels a little different when it goes into the place it's supposed to go. And then when you find that number, go to the second number, do the same thing with a little pressure on it, and then the third number. And sometimes it'll give you a false positive, but he said, keep trying. It may be this number or this number. If you might have to try both numbers. And within 5 to 8 minutes, I had this thing open, and I reset the number. So I was a happy camper. So just know that if you have a lock you can't open up, turn to the internet and look for someone who picks locks for educational purposes, like the lockpick lawyer or somebody else, because this was a lifesaver. I didn't really want to, I don't know, I just didn't want to get rid of the lock if I could figure it out. And so now it's set to a number I'll always remember. Anyway, story of the day. Very interesting. And my husband has, if you remember, I got a supposedly 1/6 scale figure from an eBay 3D resin printer guy. And I really do think the modeler got it wrong. And he just printed it out. And it was under the heading of 1/6 scale, but this is definitely larger than 1/6 scale. It's more like 1/5 scale. So my husband has had time to print the resin model for this gal, and yeah, and it's going to be the right size. So he just needs to do the foundation here, or the stand, I should say. But I'm looking forward to actually doing this. I painted everything. You know, it's sort of like you don't realize how big something is until you actually literally start putting it together. I painted the stand, of course, wasn't looking at any body pieces, so I was happy with what happened with the stand. Then I looked at the boots and I said, boy, this thing looks big. But I went ahead and painted it, and then the pants, and then the, you know, torso. And now I said, oh God, this is huge. This is way too big. So I am a happy camper. My husband printed Michonne from The Walking Dead, and I really like her character, so I'm gonna have fun painting it and hopefully have courage, because I didn't do the eyes on her, as you can probably see. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and it takes really steady hand to do the eyes, and I've not perfected that gift yet. But everything else seemed to come out okay with washes and so forth. So I'm looking forward to painting everything but the eyes. And when I have the courage, I will do the eyes. But we'll pause now, get the Hulk out, unbox the Hulk, see what we have. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because it's not a Hot Toys Hulk. I wasn't in love with the Hot Toys version. So we'll be right back. So I wasn't ever impressed with the Hot Toys version of the Hulk. I do have a Bruce Banner custom figure that I made. But I liked what I saw with this figure, and I have an idea. I don't really want to stray from 1/6 scale. I want to stay with 1/6 scale, and I don't really want to stray into just busts. If I can help it, although we have one of the Batman, and I did get one for a friend, which was Venom with Spider-Man on the inside of Venom. But I have an idea of how to use this. Whoever sent it to me did a great job packing it, though. That much I must say. And the box looks to be in very, very good condition. But it looks like it's been opened. There's no tape on it or anything like that. But it looks great. What can I say? So we're going to open it. And see what we have here. And wouldn't you know, it's probably going to be hard to get out. Well, that's interesting. Maybe it has been retaped. I don't know. It doesn't look like old tape. And there's no original tape on it. But it doesn't look like tape has been pulled up. But let me pause and get a straight edge so I can cut this thing open. You know what I just asked my husband a second ago? It's 107 out of 654. I wonder how many they made of these things. 654. I don't know. That's just a weird number. I mean, I can understand 107 out of 655 or 107 out of 700, but 654, you know, it's sort of like, well, maybe they broke one, maybe they broke six of, it's just weird. I don't know. All right, so we will open it. Come on, where are you still? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Get it out. That's just the tape. Get this out of the way. All right. he is definitely green, but he's a pretty good size. So I hate it when you get little pieces of foam that stick on everything. I really love the facial sculpt on this one. He's a little greener than the pictures made him out to look, but you know, sometimes they do that. He had more of a subdued green from some of the pictures I saw. So I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but I can live with this. What I want to do is I want to put him on a create some sort of building and have him like crashing out of the building. So it will have the appearance of him being, you know, taller than what you see right now, like a 1/6 scale figure. So the illusion of being a 1/6 scale figure without really being a 1/6 scale figure. And I'm really happy with this. So there's no switching out of hands. It's a statue, it's a bust. But the thing I liked about it was the facial features. So we'll put him on a tray and look at him from different angles and then get some close-ups of the guy. So he is a brighter green than I thought he would be. But sometimes you can never tell until you actually get the figure what they're going to look like. But he's the right size. And he's got a very dynamic pose, you know. I can see him kind of bursting out of the building. And so I want to create a facade of a building that he bursts out of. So it appears that he is 1/6 scale. I really didn't like the Hot Toys version of the Hulk. So this one is going to be the one I'm going to be happy with. So yeah, and in this case, the statue I think is more appropriate. I mean, you're gonna again the pose is dynamic. Him coming out of the roof of the building is gonna really, I think, make a statement. So I just have to figure out how to make this building that he comes out of. So anyway, I don't think we can get a close up any further of this part, but we can get a close up of his face. So I guess we decided to show him halfway up because he is too big when you get any closer than this. So let's just go side to side. Yep, there he is. Here's one last look at our figure. I'll have him posed on top of a building or breaking out of a building the next time you see him. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.